Hey everybody, welcome to another summer craft. This week we are going to make a little hanging bird feeder out of popsicle sticks and hot glue. Because every summer not only do we need a messy craft, we also need something that uses popsicle sticks and hot glue, both two of my favorite crafting supplies. And this guy is surprisingly sturdy, I have to say. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a moment and bring you in a little closer so you can see the action a little bit better. Okay, in your kit you're going to get string, which is basically just sisal, which I know that we used in the past when we did our hanging luminaries, and popsicle sticks or craft sticks if you're not a popsicle person. Personally, I do like popsicles, but these are just craft sticks. Okay, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to find the center, or the approximate center of my string. Now you have about 2 Miss Carissa's worth of string because I just did 2 arm spans and a little bit more. I'm 5'3", so we're going to assume you have a little over 10 feet of string. Okay, I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to find the middle of the 2 halves, the approximate middle. This is not one of those things where if it's not exact, it's if it's not Scottish, it's crap. If it's not exact, it's crap. Nobody cares. If you wanted, and I think just for this demo, I'm going to tie a little knot just so I know about where the center is. It's not going to make a huge difference. I did not do that on this one. You see, they're just loose strings, and I like it. I like it with the loose strings. But just for ease of demonstration, we're going to go ahead and do it this way. Of course, this may mean that it's not going to lay flat, which is going to make everything interesting. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do after I've tied my little knot, or not, okay. You can tell we were coming to the end of the spool because this stuff is all super, super stringy. I'm going to take 2 of my popsicle sticks. Actually, I'm going to take 4 of my popsicle sticks. And I'm going to use, oops, did I turn my hot glue off? I did. That wasn't a great plan. I will say this. I've done this with hot glue now, and I think it turned out really well. However, for a long-term solution, I would probably recommend using wood glue and setting it under weight to dry overnight. That's going to give you a firmer hold just because wood glue is, of course, made to stick to wood. Okay. Put a little dab right on top of that string, and I'm going to put a stick right on top. I'm going to put them at a right angle, okay, and hold it for a second while it sets. So what we're going to do is at each of the 4 corners, I am going to put a dab of glue and put a stick on top of the string. This is going to give us a good firm base to work from. Okay. And I'm getting it approximately 90-degree angles. This is not exact. This is an art, not a science. This is supposed to be fun. If you have colored sticks, you can use those, or if you'd like to paint them when you're all finished, or paint them before you start. A little acrylic paint probably wouldn't hurt anybody. I will say be aware of your hot glue strings if you decide to go ahead and use hot glue. They're probably not going to be good for birds to eat, so try to clean them off as you go. All right. A little hot glue. Stick number 1. That does make this one a little bit tricky, but not too horribly bad. And for the 4th corner, I would definitely hold the string out of the way till you're ready, and then stick those bad boys together. Okay. Now, if you wanted, you could build your base directly here. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put 1 more stick on top like this and then build my base on top. I did that on this one, and I feel like it gave me a more solid working structure. kind of gave us a little basement. So a little glue here, a little glue here. Okay. And now I can start to build across. If you're really quick, you could probably put a long string of glue. I'm just going to do half a stick and place these guys. If you're not feeling very quick or you're easily distracted, both of which I have experienced in my life, so no judgment. Okay. See, this gave me a little bit of room for that knot to be under there, not to bother anything. My knot doesn't bother anything. Do a little bit. And again, all these strings I'm going to come back and pick off at the end. Ooh, do not burn your hand on your hot glue gun. It is indeed hot. Okay, see, I feel like I'm building really fast, which is nice. Okay, room for one more stick. One more stick. And that's good. Now I gave you 45 popsicle sticks. It only takes 44. But maybe you'll be able to fit an extra one. It looks like I've got a little extra on each end here. Maybe if I'd gone a little over. But it doesn't matter. Now, for this first one, I get to put a line of hot glue all the way across. I'm going to set one stick crosswise. Okay, I'm going to do that at the top and bottom. Just because, again, this gives us a nice secure base. If I were doing this with wood glue, I would do exactly the same thing. I would put a whole string across, or a whole line of glue across and a whole line of glue across. Glue across. Okay, now I can start just doing corners. So these two corners, and this is kind of like a, ouch, that glue is still very hot. Yes, it took that long for my brain to realize that that glue was hot on my finger. And stick, and stick. Imagine if this was a hot glue gun instead of just a warm glue gun. That could have been disastrous. So just, it's like a lattice. So each time you're just rotating 90 degrees. Okay, this will take a couple minutes. Miss Ashley's going to speed us up here for just a second. Okay, so we're at our last couple sticks. Now this bird feeder should hold probably at least a cup of food. Little baby seeds might get stuck between the layers, so this would be better for sunflower seeds. Squirrels will not do well with this. Okay, the squirrels will destroy it, so if you have a lot of squirrels, just enjoy it while you can and then let it go. Maybe the squirrels would even use it as part of their making stuff for the winter. I don't know. Making nests? Yes. All right. So I'm coming back. I'm just pulling out all the glue strings that I can see. I'm sure I won't get all of them. Get as many as you can, just because, again, this isn't going to be real healthy for a bird to eat. And then I'm going to pull all 4 of my strings up. Okay. And I'm going to figure out about how long I want them to be. Okay. So here you get the action shot. You get to be in the middle of the action. I like to hang it while I'm trying to see how balanced it is. And I'm going to cut them about that long. So I'm going to tie a knot. Cut off my ends. Okay. If you want, you could probably put a little bit of hot glue or put wood glue around this to secure it a little bit. I don't know how that's going to stand up in the rain. This should actually be okay. And that is a quick and easy, down and dirty way to make a bird feeder. Like I said, this feels pretty solid in my hands. I still don't think it's going to stand up to a squirrel, and I think we just have to be okay with that. But if you do use wood glue, leave it underweight. Get a couple of great big cans of tomatoes, something heavy, or if you lift weights, put a book, put a piece of foil or wax paper, something between it. Put a book, put a big heavy weight on top. Let it sit overnight. That gives the glue time to cure and solidify. Or just use hot glue, and like I said, enjoy it for the summer. And if it lasts longer than that, awesome. And if not, well, then you've got a whole bunch of craft sticks you can repurpose next year. All right? This should hold about a cup. Maybe, probably wouldn't hold much more than that. And I believe it will hold the weight of a bird. Birds aren't very heavy. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next week for our last summer craft of this year's summer reading. Have a good one. Bye.